Okay, thank you. Hi, everyone. It's Cricket Barrientos, and I'm here with our high school pilot program called Keepers. It's a Kiwanis Key Club leadership. It's a higher level leadership program that we're designing, and Millennium High School and the Agua Fria School District is actually piloting this. And today I have a few of the teams on. We'll be doing multiple meetings to just basically do introductions and get their first step to the program. So welcome everybody, and thank you for participating today. I know it's going right into your fall break, and you guys took the time out to be here, so we really appreciate it. So today, what I'd like to talk about, first of all, is just ask everybody, does anybody have questions about what this program is going to be about? Because I know there was a lot of information, and sometimes, you know, with all of that, it gets lost in translation. So is there anybody on here right now that has any questions or concerns about what we're doing? No. Okay, that's good. Okay, and then Melissa, can you tell me what team you are representing?
I believe I'm representing group 4.
Group 4.
But
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. You are the lead on group 4. Okay, perfect. And then it looks like Romeo is on there with you. I hope I'm saying your name right. And then Erin is going to be our ambassador for this year, if she's okay with that. And then we have Brandy in the car with her as well. And Brandy is team 1 or group 1. Hi, Brandy. So I'm going to go through in just a minute all the stuff that we talked about the other day, but I want you to understand why I felt this was important to do. I've been in the Kiwanis clubs, the Westgate Club, actually since 2015, so a very long time. And I noticed that when we opened the Buckeye Club, and I know with Litchfield Park, that there were a lot of great things happening, especially within our school districts and the clubs, you know, representation. It was a lot of excitement to me because I could see that you guys were, you know, being represented by a really good mission, an organization that has a really good mission, which I believe they turn 80 years old this year. So it's a huge organization that's been around a long time. And that's very unheard of. A lot of times organizations only last, you know, less than a year and they go away. So this is really cool. The part that I guess for me, I've been in leadership for over 30 years in the business that I ran, and I managed people all the way from, you know, 16 years old, pretty much all the way to adult age, every level from a dishwasher to a CEO of a franchise. And what I learned is that we're all human, and even when leadership is, you know, a higher level or a lower level, it doesn't mean that people know everything. You know, we always have our strengths and weaknesses. And so it was really exciting to me to see that sometimes the dishwasher might know more than the president of a company, and the company president might know more than the dishwasher. And it was just really an eye opener for me. So what I asked the Kiwanis to offer me is an opportunity to share a higher level leadership with all of you to basically take the goals and objectives of the Kiwanis Club and the Key Club and show you how to execute that on your campus. Now, with a Kiwanian, their goal is to basically go out in the community and unify the community to make everybody work together under one common goal, and that is really just supporting society and people, not so much material things. And to start that process is difficult. Not everybody has leadership abilities. They're willing to donate their time. And because of that, they end up being the president of a company or an organization, but they don't really have the skills that are necessary to be successful. So I want to make sure that I help you guys as much as I can, but in turn, you help me as well. Because like I said, I don't know everything. You guys might know something that I don't know, and that's going to help me. But we work together to become one unified community. And through that, we can support, you know, at-risk people that don't have those same capabilities as you on your campus to be successful, so that when they integrate into their adult lives, they have just as much of a chance to be successful as you do, because we've given them the tools necessary to be successful. That's a big undertaking. And for for individuals in your position and your class level, it's unheard of that we have 20 students that are willing to help with something like this, and it really is impressive. So I'm excited about it because I think all of you guys are going to really show other individuals around the world, because we're doing this in Pakistan, we're doing it all over, that when you all come together and you work together, that we accomplish big things together. And it was exciting, like we talked about, Erin, the other night when all you guys came and were recognized for your leadership at that 200-person event. It was just exciting to see a room full of people that really had the same passion and understanding of what it was to become a Key Club member or a Kiwanian. So that said, I did share with you the Word document that showed you guys what the vision was. So I'm going to pull that up and share it with you so that you can remember. And if you have questions when you see this, let me know. And I'm the worst sharing person in the world here. I can never pull up the right thing. So it'll be just a second here. I apologize. Oh yeah, that's still not right. I apologize, you guys. It'll be a second here. I have it up on my screen, but you can't see it. Can you see what I'm looking at right now? It's the Keepers program, or are you guys not seeing that at all? You're not, because it stopped sharing.
We can't really see it.
Okay, there you go. Is this a little better?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so when you decide in life that you want to start something, it might be a club, it might be a business, it might be a nonprofit, it might just be a sporting event, or putting together an outing with your team and things like that. You always need to know a starting point and then a finishing point. Like, what are you trying to accomplish? And a lot of times people don't think at like when they're starting something where the finish line is. They only think of like, I want to do this, and they have an idea and they start just doing it, and they don't realize that you can't just do it. You gotta share that information and communicate with everybody about where you want to end up, right? So the Key Club, it says, aims to cooperate with school principals and teachers to provide high school students with invaluable experience in living and working together, and to prepare them for useful citizenship, right? So working together and useful citizenships is really what this whole Keepers program is about. Our members develop initiative and leadership skills by serving their schools and communities. Adding this next layer of a Keepers leadership style, we are going to empower you and the members to allow them to experience the true success and failure of being a leader. In doing so, we hope to promote and accept the following ideals. And our goal is basically to give primacy to the human and spiritual rather than to the material values. So basically, this is why I felt like this would be a great way to introduce this type of a program, because your mission is also the primacy of a human and spiritual rather than the material values, is why having our program, Sounds of Autism, where we unify communities and bringing special needs individuals into the mix, is a perfect mix, because you guys are doing it for the purpose of your community. And this is a community that has many times been left out. And so our goal is to change that and really bring a bigger value to their lives and to how they fit into a community. And doing this in just one high school on one platform is just the beginning. And once you guys prove and show that this is actually going to work and it is going to be a successful program, then we would go back to you and say, okay, now we need to do this in all the Agua Fria high schools. And that's going to be our goal. And Miss Erica, because she has such a strong leadership in the Kiwanis, she really wants to take this to a more regional, different states and different countries. She wants to take this to a whole different level if it works out, because she sees the value in it as well. So for Team 1, the ultimate goal was to have the leaders set a date and a time with the special needs staff to meet with special needs students that the SPED teachers feel would be a great fit for the peer program. And for number 4, it was Keepers create a list where students collect information, and Keeper leaders can share their top 3 students' choices and explain why are they making these choices. These are going to be basically, once we've picked all the different students that are going to participate in this from the SPED classes, the keepers are going to create a list so that we have all the students listed on that list. And then as you're interviewing these students to find those ones that you feel are a good fit for you, you will have those names in front of you and you can keep track of that. And then you would list your top 1, 2, and 3, and then you would turn it in with your name on top of the paper. So the reason that we want to do this is because if you guys were to create those lists and we can keep track of that, when the SPED teachers see who you've chosen, and then they go back to those students and they say, okay, who do you think is a good fit for you? Hopefully there's a common interest and they want to work with you as much as you want to work with them. And if that's the case, and that does happen, then those would become your keepers. And I just want to make sure, somebody like my son, Landon, you guys would all be able to work with him. He's very high function and he would love being a part of your world. But then there's some students, they may have, an interest in being with a female versus a male, or they might want to be with somebody that has blonde hair versus brown hair. I mean, who knows what their reason is, and vice versa. It's personalities, it's those individuals that you connect with. And this is really important because what we're teaching you in this lesson is not just about you guys being with individuals that have disabilities. We are really, truly working with you guys to learn how to have better relationships with people. And, people take for granted that that's an easy thing to do, but I'm guessing at your age group, you've known or been a part of somebody that's been in a bullied situation, or somebody hasn't treated you in the right manner at some point in your life. And if that type of a thing happened, you know how it feels to be left out or to feel like somebody really did treat you the wrong way. And our goal is to work on making those things better for everybody. And that's something that not everybody has the ability to do. So I really want to see the abilities that you guys have as leaders and to see who really are the people that can step up and really change a culture. And like I said, that's not very easy. Sometimes it's not the most popular thing either. And it seems like the 20 of you that are going to participate, you're not really afraid of that. And I think that's a huge, thing for you and your personalities and your commitment. So that said, the team 1, they will be the ones that would be working with your group, and you guys all come together and you would go in and you would meet with the SPED teachers, the special ed teachers, and you would work with them and just kind of sit down and come up with a brainstorming of when can we do this and how can we do this. And so what I'd like you guys to do is go ahead and set that meeting or those meetings. It might be more than one because I think there's multiple SPED classes. And I want you to find out if they have a list of kids, that are going to be interested. And then what are the dates and times that would be best for you guys to go and do these. I call them speed dating, but it's not speed dating. It's really just going around and doing speed interviews with everybody to learn all the kids and all the different things that they like and who fits best with you. Once we do this, and we may do it in different teams, like maybe Aaron, you set it up where Melissa goes first and Romeo and then the next team, Brandy and Kristen goes, all you guys are going at different times so we don't overwhelm everybody, because it's really hard, as we found, to get everybody to come at one time because everybody's time is different. So I really want to make sure that when we set this up, that we do it in the convenience of everybody and that we make it work. Once we do that, and we start interviewing these students, if you know right away, again, you'll start choosing those people. But we just need to get a date and a time to offer us the opportunity to get prepared to do these interviews, because we need to have those sheets. Team 4 is going to be setting up those sheets on the person interviewing. Put your name on there, all the different students that are participating. We want to make sure that we're rating the top 3 that we wanted to kind of connect with, so we can give that back to the SPED teachers, and then they can kind of set up who's going to be with who. Those are all steps that are necessary. And the reason that we're breaking it up into the different groups, 1, because there's so many of you, but 2, because I want to see your ability to take this to a level. I'm just giving you the basic outline. I want you guys to create it to the level that you want to execute it in. So so far, I just talked to 1 and 4, so you guys kind of know your game plan. And Miss Erin's going to be our distributor of information. And then when we meet with the Monday group, I will get them to understand exactly what we just talked about. And then we'll get them started on their projects. In the meantime, Erin, I would say that we'll give everybody their time off. And then when they come back, they can start working on these projects. And then the following Monday, so what would that be? The 16th, 17th, like the 23rd or 22nd, we would have all of us coming together. But when I say all of us, it's just going to be the leaders for this task and you, Erin. So it'll be you and each of the people that you assign leadership to. And you guys will come together with me and we'll talk about the game plan to execute all this. Okay? Do you guys have any questions or concerns or comments?
We do our group thing.
Uh-oh, you guys cut in and out. Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
When are we able to do our group thing?
You can start it whenever you want. When your group is ready to work together, you guys can start it whenever, but we won't meet again till the 23rd. And by the 23rd, you guys will want to have all of this done, the stuff that you need to be working on so that we can talk about how we're going to go to the next steps to do the actual interview. So right now you guys are just setting up the process to do the interviews, but we're not doing the interviews until after we meet on the 23rd. I think it's the 23rd, and I should look on my calendar to make sure. Does that make sense?
So we'll have to finish by the 23rd, or?
When I say finish, you're going to finish basically setting up your task, but you don't have to do the interview yet. So I don't want you guys interviewing students yet. I just want you to get the meeting set up with the teachers. I want to get all the tools set up. Everything's ready to go so that when we're ready to do the interview, we can now give everybody the tools they need to be successful during that interview process. And we can explain to them exactly what they're going to be required to do during that interview process so that everybody is on the same page. And on the 23rd, the only people that will be meeting with me will be Erin and the 5 leaders that she had selected for this task. And then we will all connect and talk about the next steps. Does that make sense?
Since all the groups are tied, should one of the groups go first?
Uh-oh. Sorry, Melissa, you keep cutting out. I apologize.
Since all the groups are kind of like connected to each other, do we like wait until one of the groups finish and then we do our part, or can we just all do it at the same time?
You all do it because you're all working on different portions of the interview process. So whatever your task is, you don't have to wait on team 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. You know, you can just keep doing what you need to do to get that going. So you don't have to wait on anybody. Thank you. Romeo, do you have any questions?
I have no questions so far, but besides that, is the next meeting going to be virtual or will it be in person?
I would like it to be in person because one, you guys, it's really hard to be virtual. As you can see, it cuts in and out, but also I really want to build relationships with you guys because you are the pilot of this, and just make sure that I can answer any questions that you have. So I will make time to be there when you guys need me to be there. Okay. And am I saying your name right or wrong? Because if it's is it Romeo or Romeo?
Either way, it's fine.
No, tell me which way. Erin, what do you call Romeo or Romeo? How do you call him?
Probably Romeo.
Okay, thank you. I'm horrible at names. Okay, thank you for telling me. Erin, do you have any questions or does Brandy have any questions?
No, we both don't have any questions. And this is just more of a comment that if like per se like a group member is like having trouble getting all of their, or like a team leader is having trouble getting all of their people to respond to all of the emails, they could just like email me and then I'll talk to Ms. Grumbling and we'll have them called up during school so they can all chat about it in person, which might make it easier to just get stuff done if the email system isn't working.
Yes, part of this and the reason that we did this as task number 1 is I want you to see how difficult it is to pull a team together, because that is going to be a big deal when you guys become leaders. Is we assume that everybody that raises their hand and said, I'm going to do this, is going to show up. And to be honest with you, that's not what happens. You know, there's a percentage of people that don't. And it's okay. We know we're starting with 20 people. If we end with 20 people or 21 people, how many ever it is, it's going to be amazing to me because we kept everybody, right? But when you look at jobs and things like that, there's always reasons. People's lives, like, that's human, right? It's human, and it's what's going to happen is sometimes people have this expectation that they're going to do something, and then they get this homework project that just takes them away from everything. So I just want to make sure that when you are going through all these processes, that you understand, I'm watching your development. I'm not just watching how you work with kids with disabilities, but I'm watching how do you respond to the things that happen in leadership roles, and how are you overcoming those things. So like Erin, you just said, I'll go to Miss Grumbling and we'll come up together with an idea to get these groups to come together, and you know, you'll be a back solution for the ones that are struggling. I love that, and that's really what it's about, you know, and that's why we have layers of adults to kids to middle school to, you know, right? Because everybody's learning and there's a progression to that. So I think you guys are doing a really good job. And on Monday, we'll have another one of these. I will record it. I'll send it to you, Erin. You'll send it out to everybody. But right now, Melissa, you're in charge of team 4. Brandy's in charge of team 1. You guys are 100% ready to go, and you guys can start whenever you would like. Just don't forget your team members need to be a participant of it. You always want to keep them on the same page, even if they can't attend something, so that they always know what's going on. So if I called on Romeo and I said, hey, I need you to tell me what we're doing in your group, he can tell me what's going on, and it's relevant and it's current because he's been kept in the loop. Okay, that's all communication skills, and that's what I'm testing you guys on right now. Is I want to see your abilities as a leader. Okay, any questions? Okay, go team. Good job. Have a great holiday or vacation or fall break, and I'll see you guys on the 23rd. And Erin, I'll be communicating with you next week about everything after I'm done with the meetings, okay?
All righty.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.